Well, good evening, YouTube. We come always online first because there's a couple more steps we have to take to get on YouTube. So it just takes a couple seconds, a little minute more. So I like to get going, make sure I got audio going out, and my audio meter says I've got audio going out. For folks that are just kind of new to the channel, we've got a couple new subscribers. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. We had some technical problems. Anytime you're a mom and pop shop learning all this stuff, I didn't go to school to be an engineer. I did not take any type of electronic classes. All I know is I'm a self-made DJ, and when it comes to soundboards, they're basically the same thing. It's just getting what to talk to what. But when you add the video to it, that's a whole nother type of deal. So here we are. We are on camera one with YouTube Live. We will be coming on Facebook here momentarily. Check my clock. It's 8 o'clock. That means I got to go to the other screen. All right. Good evening, Erie County. Here we are, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock sharp. Boy, I tell you what, look at look at my boo boo. Look at that. It's almost to the point where I'm not embarrassed to go out in public. It's healed up very nicely. Just an update. I had a call from the doctor today. The biopsy that they cut out, cancer free. So I am good to go. So I get to keep my pretty face just a little bit longer. So that's good. I know you guys have been asking questions, and the black eye has gone away. Now I just got just a little bit of scar to healed up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Well, we've got some different things going on tonight. We have our regular let's beat up Erie County Council and their baloney. They had a county council meeting yesterday. Yesterday, Tuesday. Wow. Wow. I tell you what, my predictions, I'm going to start playing the lottery because I predicted this, and everything that I've predicted with these cast of characters of, Copenhagen and Pretzel. Look at that. 5-2 vote, diversity, equity, inclusion, $1.5 million. $1.5 million to go to diversity, equity, inclusion, which, that's been a political football. I was actually one of the council members, were the founding members that we put pen to paper and basically said, hey, we get it. Kathy Delcamper promised him 10 million. We're like, absolutely not. Are you getting $10 million to walk around Erie and just hand out to whatever organization you want in the city of Erie? We are Erie County Council. We represent the county. We don't represent the city of Erie. And of course, my whole beef with the whole process of diversity, equity, inclusion is what What money has the city of Erie? 5-2. Yeah, they got DEI money. You're right. 5-2. We gave them 3.5 and said go away. And we said, hey, you guys have to kind of like create your own money pass because we're using ARPA money and you've got your shot. Kathy Delcamper screamed bloody murder that we didn't give 10 million. We gave them 3.5, and they pissed away 1.5 million dollars on their first basically year. Gary Lee, $150,000 a year. I want one of those gigs, man. I'm telling you. Geez, worked for a nonprofit, $150,000 a year, and they spent 100. They spent $1.5 million on nothing. They didn't buy one paintbrush, one screwdriver. They didn't give out one grant. Nothing. We basically told them, get it together, figure out how you're supposed to do this because you really were just handing out money wherever. So, well, we don't have any money. This is going to die. Well, we warned you, that, but they, as in Kathy Delcamper and the former county council, promised them $10 million. And we're like, you're not getting it. It's doesn't do anything for the county. I told Gary Lee to his face, I said, listen, you better start selling this to the county. You better start spending some money in the county because I'm telling you, my district, they don't support this. Well, look at that. Mr. Pretzel, what does he do? Bam. He's voting in all the big monies to all his Democrat Erie buddies that supported him, bought and paid for him, and he has to pay up. So, when you buy a politician like that, nobody bought me. Nobody gave me $200,000 dirty DC PAC money. Brenda, myself, we basically just made money, a couple fundraisers, and what? Pretzel outspent me 12-1. Well, yeah, because it was dirty DC money. I get it. They Democrats control county government, which boom, they're going to get whatever the Democrats want. The Board of Elections, chairman, vice chair, both Democrats. No Republicans. No Republicans sit on any chair positions. They handed out two, vice chair. And what does vice chairs do? They don't do much. They really don't do much. Pretzel sitting up there like he knows something. He can probably even barely spell county council, but hey, that's okay. He bought and paid for that seat. The Democrats bought and paid for that seat. And they're going to get their money's worth. They're going to get paid very well in the city of Erie for the Democrats. It's election time. It is also petition time. Kim's got some petitions to be signed for state delegate. I've got some petitions to be signed for local delegate. I put up together a Facebook event page for Friday at 11 o'clock, 11 to 1 at the Kmart Plaza out here in Harbor Creek. If you want to swing by, please do so. We need poll watchers. Thanks, Kim. And what we're going to do is I'm going to come back at 5, 5 to probably 6 or 7 to catch the folks coming home, because the folks at work, mostly Republicans, I go out door knocking to get signatures. Nobody's home. Oh, that's right, because my neighborhood, everyone's got a job and everybody's working. I don't know. Well, that's how Kathy Camper and her cronies put together this deal. They talk about Davis making backdoor deals. Diversity, equity, inclusion is nothing but a backdoor deal. They had Gary Lee that worked for Kathy Delcamper as administrative assistant. Gee, go figure. He knew he was going to get probably canned after when the Davis administration came on. So of course they had to find a nice place for him to land. $150,000 land job at Diversity, Equity, Inclusion. Nice office right there at 10th and State, right up there in the penthouse. Man, nice deal. Like I said, they spent $1.5 million and they hadn't done anything. They hadn't given out anything. But that's okay. I watched some of the county council meeting the other day and I was rolling. An hour and 15 minutes of caucus. Why? There's nothing that important on that agenda that needed an hour and a half of discussion. Other than, Copenhagen, like trying to be the smartest guy in the room. And that's fine. Whatever, dude. You're bought and paid for by the Dems. We get it. You're going to be a good boy. You're going to do exactly what you're told, just like Pretzel is. That's fine. We get that. We warned you. We did the same thing when Biden was coming up against President Trump. Oh, I'm going to be the guy that brings everybody together. I'm going to be a healer. Dude, you are going to go down into history, the worst president in U.S. history. Okay, look at this. Look at this tumbler. My wife made a tumbler for me. Look at that. If you need one, just shoot her a text. She'll make you up one. Come on, man. It looks like Lysol, but it's Trump. Look what it says. It says kills 99.9% of liberals. So there you go. You want an official tumbler? Get a hold of Brenda. The nice thing is it keeps your beverages nice and cold. It doesn't matter if they're all beverages or not. But yeah, so county council meeting was really interesting. Former Republican county councilman Scott Rastatter. Scott Rastatter. He got his ass kicked by Charlie Bale out there in Edinburgh. And he wants to come in these meetings like he's somebody important. Yeah, I support diversity, equity, inclusion. Hey, Scott, how many diverse, equity, and inclusion people do you have that work for your company? I'll wait for an answer from Scotty. This is the same councilman, Republican. I know. That basically said in the Erie paper that people that don't support the community college are idiots. Hey, Greg, how you doing, sir?
How you doing? What are you up to?
Well, I'm live, so I hope you didn't forget that you're live on the show on Facebook and YouTube.
I didn't forget. No, I didn't forget.
I just want
to call in and say hi and see what's been going on.
Hey man, it's that magic time. Petitions are going out. We've got two up and coming Republicans are going to call in at 8:30 and 8:45. Rosemary Streff and Matt Strupp. They're one's running against Harkins and one will be running against Mirsky. And then of course we got a guy running against Ryan Puppy Dog Zaro.
My buddy.
Yeah, yeah, Micah.
Well, I'm gonna do everything I can.
We appreciate that.
What's going on? I spoke with who's running against Harkins this morning.
Oh, good, Rosemary.
Yeah, I spoke to her this morning. Yeah, we got some good people. The thing about it is it always turns into a machine, and that's just always going to be a problem. It's different things that I've got, even doing myself. You want to do things, but let's face it, the world's money.
Oh, absolutely. And and these mail-in ballots. Kim gave us some stats about how there's more people switching from D to R because this sniffy Joe in the White House and this bullshit at the border. Which oh, and by the way, here I got to do this. During your call. Look at that. I stand with Texas. Woo, buddy.
There you go.
If you want to stand, if you want to stand by, and it's on the screen. If you want to stand by Texas, get a hold of Brenda. She's making these up. She's sold a ton of them already, because you know what?
How can you not?
Right.
That's my only question is, we're not sitting here saying we're some bunch of anti-immigrant. We're all immigrants. We know that.
We are.
We know where our families came from. But they did it the right way. I have friends that are from Canada that have come down. They're now American citizens, and they went through a nightmare. I've talked to them, and they're asked questions that I had to really kind of think about. The requirements were they had to have a job,
right?
They had to have a sponsor.
Yep.
They had to, there were a lot of things they had to have, none of which I would look at as way out of the realm of being normal. But the biggest problem is it took them a long. It's not an easy task either.
Well, yeah,
That's what they went through.
you go back in history.
You know,
Yeah, you go back in history and you wanted you wanted to migrate here, you had to have a sponsor, just like we're still doing. You had to show that that sponsor can take care of himself, have a job, and not be a burden on society. And that is the key. In the back of a pickup truck, floating across on a shark floaty across the Rio Grande, and having the border patrolman sneak you in. You know, former law enforcement professional. These guys took an oath of the Constitution, and they should really look at that oath. There was an article again. I can't validate it. It was an article from the Union of the Border Patrol. They said they will not go down to Texas and get into a confrontation with the National Guard. So let's cross our fingers there was some validity to that story.
Hopefully, some clearer minds will prevail. But the idea of it. I mean, you're literally putting federal government up against state. States' rights have been infringed upon totally all the time now. But I mean, the thing I'm trying to launch right now, even just trying to get people on board with it, is why wouldn't a state like Pennsylvania? You've seen the 26 states that are supporting the Texas move. Why wouldn't you?
Oh, well,
if you look at it just in a personal thing, I mean, if you're not allowed to protect yourself as a state, why would another state not have a problem with that?
Oh, it's a red and blue thing. You pull up a map, it's red and blue. Mr. I lock up Nunn Shapiro. He's not going to buck the big guy because you'll get nailed for it. But look what is it? The Pennsylvania Senate? They're putting some literature. They're going to pass some ordinance or law or something in support of Texas. Well, the governor is too busy making promo commercials to actually stand up for what the Constitution says. And he's a lawyer. He was the attorney general and he should know better, but he's going to be a good boy, stay in step, and do exactly what the Biden crime family tells him to do. Hi, Karen.
Makes no sense.
Oh, well, welcome to the jungle, sir. That's why I use this. That's why I use it.
You and I have been through it, and unfortunately, it's disgusting.
Oh, it is.
It's supposed to be for the people. You work as a public servant, period. And that ended, I don't know what, I was born in 62, probably about 63. As you look at it, I mean, why are people in office? What's their major goal?
Money.
I mean, money, celebrity, whatever, all kinds of everything but what it's supposed to be.
It's about money and power. I mean, you look at AOC. She was a broke college student. Pictures of herself spreading her legs, like, hey, look at me, come time to play. But then she gets in there and she's like, oh, I can't even afford my rent. Now she's worth millions. Could somebody please explain this new math to me? I don't get it.
Well, if you look at Joe Biden himself, he's been in office, been in public figure since I think right out of college.
Only job he's ever had.
He's really never had a
job.
Nope. So therefore, if you took his salary, take his top salary when he's done, which is what he's making now. Okay, take that and multiply it by that many years, and he's worth what, 100 times that?
Crime family. Crime family.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know about you or me, but if we did that with IRS, I think somebody'd probably come visit.
I talked about this last week, and for the folks that I got some new subscribers on YouTube, and I appreciate that, and we welcome you and thank you. It's just the fact that people always talk about white privilege. Man, I think this is more of the Biden privilege. I mean, I'm still waiting for my privilege. I said, I'm gonna get into politics. I'll be a millionaire within 4 years, just like AOC. No.
I was working my butt off at 14. And before that on a farm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what we did.
I totally agree with you. And that's just like, a buddy of mine's one of the managers, a big manager out here at McDonald's. The kids are standing around on their phones, dicking around, not clean up a mess. He goes, Brian, I can't yell at them. I can't scold them. I can't even correct them because you know what they'll do? They'll grab their coat and walk out. and it takes me 2 weeks, 3 weeks to find someone that'll come in and work. So yeah, but yeah, we appreciate it, Greg. We know where you're at, man. We know you're a patriot, and I'm sorry I didn't make.
I just wanted to call.
Thank you.
Say hello, and I hope all is well. And please, just keep up the fight, dude.
That's all we do. That's what I got to do right now is run my big mouth. So thanks, Greg. Appreciate it, buddy.
Talk to you now.
Bye. So yeah, I mean, these guys and gals that get into, look at Pelosi, look at these Chuck Schumer and these guys. Look at these clowns that have been sitting in office for so long, and the Republicans are just as bad. I'm not saying that we're immune to it. Sure they do, because they are up there with the power, and they know where the power wields, and they know where to look and who to look at to make that money. So how you doing, Karen Jackman? I'm sorry I wasn't ignoring the people, but we're changing gears here. People are the show's getting more traction. We're getting more traction on YouTube. We're getting more traction here. I think last week's show broke the 600 mark. So thank you. I mean, we Brenda and I appreciate that. And this is what we're doing. This is I know Joe Natale's a good talk show host. He just got a award today from the governor, with his independent and his radio station. They do a great job, and I wish I could grow up and be half as talented as Joe and his producer Shady Bills and what they do. I'm just a guy just in the dining room doing what I do. Hi, Kim, you're live. You got to make this one short because I got a caller calling in about 8:30-ish.
All right. Well, I just wanted to call you with those new stats. I was at the courthouse today, and we've got 1,200 new mail-in ballots.
Woo!
Thanks to our new cause. And the Democrats are still holding it at 530 some. And I just want to say, as a Blue Star mom, anyone out there even thinking of not voting for Trump, shame on you. We just lost those 3 military people, and we've lost 2 Navy SEALs. And you see what the Biden response is.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
As a military mother, I am scared to death if Trump does not get in there. And he was just nominated for another Nobel Peace Prize.
I know that. Yeah. And then, the commander in chief, Mr. Sleepy Sniffy Joe can't even make a statement about, well, let's call it 5, soldiers,
It is 5.
veterans, military. He sends one of his fluffy hair flunkies out there. And what does she refer to these men and women? Folks. They're folks. Yeah. No, they're not. Folks. They're not. They yeah.
They are heroes.
Yeah.
Just like every other person in the military right now. And they're showing such disrespect. And like I told you earlier, my son's base is basically getting stripped. We need to have order. We need to have structure. We need to have people who are proud to be Americans. So I just want to say, I'm running for state delegate, and I can't wait to win and go put my vote in for Trump, because we need him back in office. We need somebody who, A, is going to fix our border with all these illegals. He's going to do it. We need somebody who's going to fix our economy. And we need a president who's proud of our military and is going to give them the back you need. And that's all I really had to say.
Thank you. And I appreciate that. Appreciate the call, Kim. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Brian.
I'll talk to you.
Bye, honey.
You ever watched Sniffy Joe board an aircraft? It's tradition for the commander-in-chief to salute the usually airmen or Marines standing at the helo or the aircraft. He doesn't salute them. He will not show the respect to those men and women that stand there or in the armed forces. A basic salute. Doesn't cost anything. Whip it out, be proud. There you go. But yeah, so the frizzy-haired, gay, black spokesperson, that's her claim to fame, was on the front lawn. It looked like the White House, giving a briefing about the 3 veterans I'm almost positive they were Army, that were killed by a drone, you know, and, you know, you can't even call them soldiers or veterans or anything with a little bit of honor, you know. These Democrats hate the military. They hate the military. They do. Why do you think the military numbers are down 20%? And you don't think all the people that hate us as a country, not our own people, that are thinking about doing harm to us? You don't think all these countries don't have a game plan for this? That I can't even tell you a time in our country was ever this weak. We had that illegal lockdown, the scandemic. They forced these men and women out of service because they refused to take a shot. Refused. Their religious beliefs, nope, I'm not doing it. You can't make me, you're out. They kicked them out. They threw them out like trash because they would not adhere to their Gestapo tactics of taking an experimental, vaccine, which is even really a vaccine, to stay in the military, to support us, to protect us. They kicked them out. Well, then guess what? After the whole scandemic kind of wound down, they got what they want out of it. They ran that thing hard and long. Well, I guess maybe it probably wasn't a good idea to kick all of our military. Hey, you guys want to come back? Screw you. And now they're struggling to get their numbers. And I'm not making fun of the Navy. I love the Navy. I actually tried to get back in when I got out of the Army. I wanted to go back in. I want to go back in the Navy because they do so much cool stuff. But it was a long story because I was Sergeant E5. They would only take me as an E4, and I said I've worked hard for that stripe. I'm not going to give you guys that stripe. So I didn't go back in the Navy. The Navy now has dropped the requirements for a high school diploma. You don't even have to have a high school diploma to join the Navy. I was reading an article online from the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections, where I retired. Their requirement was you had to be 21. They've dropped it to 18. They dropped the requirements to become a state corrections officer to 18. I thought you had to be 21 to carry a firearm. I'm not bad mouthing the Navy, Dave. You're bigger than me. Trust me. I love the Navy guys and gals. We had Navy folks with us in Denver. We had fun. I'll leave it at that. But no, I love the Navy. I do. I'm just trying to show a point that this country is deteriorating so fast under this. They love to call Trump a dictator. Who's the dictator? Joe Sniffy Biden and the Biden crime family. I'm probably going to have a suicide. They're going to watch. Someone's going to catch this show. They're going to go, "Hey, we got this loudmouth in Pennsylvania, and he's picking on us." So I'm probably going to have a suicide. So if I have a suicide, I have a suicide. I'm just telling you, it's all recorded, but they'll take care of that anyway. Like, oh, absolutely. Nancy sent me an interesting video. It was a computer generated overlay of all the fires we've had in food processing. I didn't realize chickens were so flammable. I didn't know that. Food processing things are catching fire all over the country. So guess what? We were texting back and forth late this night. I was watching some goofy 80s movie. And, I said, listen, this is real simple. Control the food, control the weapons, you control the people. Simple. Why do you think they cancel history? Why do you think they're erasing history? Why do you think they don't want you to know history? Well, we know our history. I'm talking about this generation. They don't want you to know your history because they don't want you to learn from it. Really simple. Really, really, really. I know, Dave, I know. And that's why we, the people, come together as a team and we talk about it. I'll be the voice. I'll be the face, even with my healing boo-boo. I'll be the voice. I don't care if I'm here to motivate you, move you, inspire you to do what is right. We're losing our country. We really are. And I'm not that crazy conspiracist where every rock has something underneath it. I'm not. But when is enough is enough? The Democrats are taking control. They got control of Erie County government. They got control of the city. They got control the most important, the most important chair in Erie County government as we speak today, as we're getting ready for a historical event in our presidential race. Democrats control the Board of Elections. Now, it is a voting body. 5 Democrats, 2 Republicans. You know, I'm just like, do you guys catch the math? The chairman, Andre Horton, oy vey, and what do? They put their puppet, Pretzel, in there. Isn't it funny? And I'm not saying funny, haha. Is why did they put Pretzel, the most junior cell phone carpet bagging, non-tax paying person in this district as vice chair? Why? Woo! Puppets. Old movie last night, The Puppet Master, back in the 80s. Watch it. It's great. I love it. But he's got his strings, he's got his marching orders, and that's what we're going to do. Hey, Matt, how you doing? You're live.
Oh, just dandy. How are you, Brian?
Pretty good, sir. Well, folks, we're going to take I said we're going to change gears a little bit here. We're going to do a half hour just freewheeling talk. We got to talk to Greg Hayes. That's great. Matt is up and coming kind of rock star in our district. So I'm going to turn it over to you. You tell us who you are, where you're going, and why you're doing it. Mike's yours.
Absolutely. So my name is Matt Sterczewski. I'm going to be the longest, hardest spelling name that you're going to see on the ballot by far. I guess going straight into it, I just think it's about time to get more good, strong Republican leaders into more offices in Erie and just get into it. So many people complaining about the way things are, circumstances they're in, quality of services in their cities, especially they just keep the same people in who've clearly not been doing enough for them, or at least just not making the right choices. Now, circling back to a little about myself, I truly have a passion for service, not only to our country, but the people in our communities, I think is especially important. I joined the National Guard probably 4 years ago now, and I did that because I wanted to put in what I saw as my fair share to protect the freedoms that we enjoy. I served in multiple direct constituency service roles. That's just because I realized that service to the community improves life for us, but it also improves the life for the people that come after the individual. So I think becoming a state rep would really be a great way to boost the ability to serve in a direct role.
Okay, now let's tell the people what district you're actually running for.
Yeah, that's absolutely something I should have included.
That's okay. It's a team. It's a team effort. It's an AT. As I realized you were in the military. Trust me, Army's strong, and I got your 6. So go ahead, tell them what district and who you're running against.
Yeah, so I'd be running in District 2, and that's running against Bob Mersky.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, and do the little bit of back history. This district was covered by Kurt Sonny, strong Republican for 20 years. And what did the cheaters do? They gerrymandered, they rewrote all the borders, so it brought Mersky and his Erie Dems into Harbor Creek for a win. And then of course, out there Northeast, that which was Sonny's, now it's Jake Banta. And they said, well, we got to give the Republicans something. So they gave districts that they knew they couldn't win. And, yeah, I mean, no, Bob, I got no beef against Bob, but Bob Mersky is a classic Democrat staying in step. He didn't even vote against any of the lockdown bullshit. He just stayed right in step. Mersky, Harkins, and Bizzarro. What did they do? bang, 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 lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. And nobody holds their feet to the fire for ruining this economy in this country. And a couple years later, oh yeah, we're sorry, we really should have done that. Well, no shit. So I've got your back. These people here are good patriots. Where can they find more information about you, sir?
So I'm in the process. I've set up a Facebook page. So that's going to be the app for that is Matt MATT Strupp STRUP.campaign. And I'm going to be releasing more information as we get further into the cycle here on that. And hopefully I'll get full website and all that up soon as well.
Yeah. And that's great. When you get that information, I am here every Wednesday, 8:00. Come in as a guest, throw your information in here on the chat room. The people will love it. We'll have you come back on and have a conversation because, I'm a brutally honest guy, Army veteran, jumped out of airplanes for fun. And I have an ex-wife. So you know what? I'm a straight shooter. You're going to have a tough fight. But that's okay. Army's strong, and all you need to do is have the right people to give you that push. We'll get you on the ballot, and that's when the real battle will start, sir.
Damn right.
All right, man. So yeah, you can stay in the room, folks. If you have any questions for Matt, just type them in the room here. You guys can have a side conversation. We appreciate you. We bumped in together on social media. Did some rooting around, and I said, well, these are the people that we need to send a message to the Democrat establishment that what you did to us during the lockdown was disgusting. You guys shouldn't even show your faces on what you did, and you got Harkins out there, man. He's just money grabbing. I mean, he puts in for every little stinking dime that he can. I got no beef against him. I hate his politics. Just firstly, I got no beef against Bob and his nice family, but his politics suck. And what they did to us during the lockdown, we should never, ever, ever forgive them for that. So yeah, thanks for calling in, Matt. We appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on.
No, anytime. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see ya.
So we're trying to change gears here. We're trying to make things more interactive. We appreciate the calls. We're going to be reaching out to these smaller, upstart folks that are running for office because they need the help. They need the help with petitions. Matt, if you're still listening, swing by the Harbor Creek Kmart Friday from 11 to 2, whatever you want to come out, grab some petition signs out there. I've got an event page up and running. I'll have the orange and black Hummer with yellow construction wee woo light up top. So, it's a good tool. I've done this when I ran it for sheriff. I ran for council. It's a great tool because people are out and about. Stop by, get some petitions. But yeah, and this is why I want people to come in and tell us who they are, where they're going, how to get in contact with you, because these people are the ones that got the guts to stand up to the establishment. Because look what they did to me. The Democrats did to me. $200,000. They spent $200,000 to install Pretzel for a job that pays $10,000 a year. Why is that? They wanted the control. They went, oh shit, Shank is the first Republican chairman in 20 years. Oh, double shit. He's the first two-term back-to-back Republican chairman. He's out of control. We can't have a Republican, running it. And let's talk about the library. Over 2 hours of the county council meeting the other night by the people still pushing against the library and Project Neptune. Boys and girls, it's a done deal. Guess what? I watch on the news. They're already moving the all the books and the computers to get ready for the renovation. So go ahead, Rennie, Rennie. I can't even say it with a straight face. Rennie and her. I can't do it. I'll get in trouble for that one. Rennie's Raiders. That's what we're gonna call them from now on. Rennie's Raiders is out there, banging the pulpit, sitting there talking on for 2 hours on a deal that's done. I just don't get it. I don't. You know, it's already done. The contracts are signed, and we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, and it's going to be done there. And I've already talked. I said when they open it up, I will be standing there because we're the ones that voted it in. And you know what? Two-Face Scatella. Wow. Wow, did the Democrats really get what they paid for with Two-Face Scatella is he pushed back against diversity, equity, inclusion. He pushed back for it. Now he's the chairman. I'm a chairman now. I'm in charge. He voted for it. He voted for it. He voted for it, you know, because the political heat must have gotten a little bit too much for him from the Democrats that just elected him. Because you got to remember, he was installed when Kim Clear quit to go as supervisor, make more money. Smart woman. We brought him in here. I told him to his face one day, I said, I regret even bringing you in here because you are a two-faced, you know, for someone that runs around Semper Fi. I'm a Marine. I've never met a Marine like that before. So, you know, this guy, when he was co-chair and I was the chairman, I had to write notes down on his paper and point at the paper when it was his turn to speak. I had to spoon feed him as him being the co-chair. Now he's the chairman, having the spoon feed pretzel. Talk about Dumb and Dumber. Wow, man, you know, these Democrats, they wanted it. They don't care who they put in it. They just wanted Democrats in there. And why is that, boys and girls? Because we won't get out and vote. 77% of the Republicans in Erie County did not get off their lazy backsides, put the cheese balls down, and get out and vote. Well, okay, maybe you have some issues and you can't get out and vote. Totally understand. Totally get it. Would you like a mail ballot? Right, Republicans, we get out and vote. No, you don't. 77% of the Republicans in Erie County did not get out and vote. And here's the scary part. The the Democrats have the same problem, but they have control of the mail-in ballots. Why do you think a guy that said, don't do the mail-in ballots is now, I've got my mail-in ballot filled out, ready to turn back in? Because, you know, if we don't start fighting fire with fire, the fire is going to take over and we're going to be out of business. They're going to control everything. They've got the mayor, they've got city council, they've got county council. The only thing they don't have is the county executive. Now, trust me, you don't think this whole library thing is nothing but a ploy from the Democrat Party to just pound Davis down to where even the Republicans are like, well, why are we doing this library thing? I was reading a feed today from Ramsey Raiders, and they were talking about, and there was actually some people who had some fair questions, like, wait a minute. If they have enough room to move everything upstairs, make some room for this for education purpose, or we have access to it? Yes. And of course, I think it's probably still going on. There's at the Manacor, you know, they're having a music and entertainment and food you know, Gannon University, Project Neptune going on as we speak. Okay, I if I didn't do the show, I probably would have got a wig and put a hat on and snuck in there just to see how many of the 20 people will be there. You know, Commander Mary Rennie and her Raiders will be there. So, you know, knock yourself out. You have the right. But you wait. I hope I am dead wrong. I hope I am dead wrong, but my predictions have been pretty straightforward. You watch when the construction starts with the Project Neptune down at the library. You watch the disruptors come out in full force. You watch. Mark my words. I hope I'm dead wrong. Hope I am dead wrong. But these are the people that try to burn down the city of Erie during the mostly peaceful protest, mostly Democrats. You know, they're the ones that, you know, basically push back Black Lives Matter and all their peaceful, you know, mostly peaceful protest as a target was being burned down. They shot at our police officers like dogs in the streets. Defund the police. Police, don't matter. These are the party of tolerance. But everybody just still's like, oh yeah, peace, love, joy. Love who you love. Well, yeah, because if you disagree with them, they'll come burn your house down. Well, I'm not solely saying they really have done that, but it's done it in other cities. Look what happened in the city of Erie. They set the cupcake shop on fire on what 4th, 5th estate, somewhere right around there. The windows, try to set it on fire. Thank you, Jesus, that the people that were having a mostly peaceful protest allowed Erie Fire Department to come down there, and the men and women that had the guts to drive a, rolling tank with, pressurized hoses down there to put that fire out. So it could have changed it. It could have been different. If that building would have caught on fire, that was an apartment building. There were people upstairs. Could have killed them all. Could have killed them all over something that didn't even happen here in Erie, but it was, what they wanted to do. That's fine. You want to protest, you protest. Please burn down a Target. Please don't shoot our police officers. And let's be nice about it. So get me all fired up, man. I tell you, trying to, see, I feel better because the face doesn't hurt. I know. Go ahead. Your face is killing us, Shank. I know. My wife got me the other day. I was sitting there talking, man, my face feels so much better because I had 9 sutures in this one little area. And Rosemary, you are live. Are you on a speaker? Are you on a speakerphone or?
I'm on a speakerphone.
Yeah,
he's still talking.
Yeah, you got to take it off speakerphone and you got to turn down your computer.
Okay.
It'll feed right back and we won't be able to hear each other.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I turned the volume up.
Okay, well, folks, this is introduce yourself. We got Rosemary. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is Rosemary Steph, and I'm running for House of Representatives, District 1, Harkins District.
Good.
And I'm a Republican and a Patriot. I think there's a kind of a difference nowadays between the patriots and not so patriot.
Gotcha. And we just met. We met through a friend, and we were talking about some ins and outs. And I'll tell you what, the social media is it's a double-edged sword. It will cut you, but it's also a good tool. So yeah. So Harkins, he's never done me wrong, but his politics suck. His staying in step with the lockdowns, and let me just apply for every penny I can and let me take every penny I can. So just for that reason alone, I agree with you 100%. He needs his walking papers. He needs to go.
Yeah, well, it's a 75% Democratic district, and it's for me to admit that it's a challenge. There just aren't a whole lot of Republicans out there, and I just heard you say, Republicans that vote, and it's a little scary. People are very disillusioned, but yet they're not getting out there, and that's the frustrating part.
Oh,
It's something to hear it, but you're not doing anything about it. And I think they're just, after so many years, they just feel it's a no-win thing, and we can't lose that fight. We can't all feel that way.
And trust me, we had Matt on earlier. We've got you on now. We'll get the rising star that's running against Ryan Bizzarro. We'll get him on the show and we'll talk about it. Do I reach millions of people? Absolutely not. Do I make, I don't know, 500-600 people? Do I reach and talk to them? Yes. That's why we're doing 2 formats. So that way I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook. And it's nice to see people that say, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna take a petition out. I'm going to try. And it's good to challenge these people. It's good to make sure that
I don't think they've been challenged.
yeah, well, no,
I don't think they've been challenged enough.
No, well, Bizarro's had some challenges, he really has. But he's full of lies and deception. He put me on a list of 25 most racist people in Erie County because I don't like rap music and soccer. He's crazy. He's why would you call me racist because I don't like soccer? Ridiculous. And Harkins, no one ever challenges him because even in your own testimony, you're saying, well, it's really heavy D. It is heavy D, and the D's have the mail-in ballots under control, which we've got a small army moving the needle, and it's people like you and Matt that step up and say, we're gonna try.
The heavy D's are getting disillusioned as well.
Absolutely.
I speak to a lot of people who are diehard Democrats, and they're just in trouble. I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I don't know. And it's this extreme news. And you just have to say, stop already. The truth is out there. You just have to do something different to get online. At least Fox is out there. I mean, Fox isn't 100%. They're not perfect, but they're a heck of a lot better than the other ones.
Oh, I mean,
what they're listening to.
In the media is being controlled by heavy D money. So I'm shocked. I'm still on the air. I'm shocked they haven't complained to Facebook or YouTube. It's like, let's get this big media out of here. He's mean and scaring people. No, I tell you the truth.
Really, your days may be numbered. I listen to Dr. Steve Turley a lot, and he's already been demonetized, and a lot of them have gone. You may have to go over to Rumble eventually when you gather up enough patriots to follow you.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have a Rumble account. It's up and running. I'm working it, trying to get people interested.
Right.
But they love YouTube and they love Facebook. So it's like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It's a tool, and it's a weapon. So you're always welcome. I know you're not on Facebook. I would highly suggest you just create an account.
I have to succumb. I know I have to succumb. I was always against social media. I don't like Zuckerberg.
I know.
I lived in the Bay Area the way you did up there, and the techies are their characters. It is an unnecessary evil nowadays, especially if you want to get your name out there.
Oh, I totally agree. Like we were talking offline, and she talked about how she was in California, and I lived in California when I got out of the Army, and I was a police officer out there. And I tell you what, at least there was some respect for law enforcement back then. Today, look what's happened on the state police level. They used to require at least an associate's degree or a 4-year degree to become a trooper. Now they're like, high school diploma will take you, 21, because they just nobody wants to put on that uniform and be a moving target.
I know. So sad. It's so sad. And Santa Monica, where I lived most of my life, they can't walk down the street without pepper spray during the day. That's where, the Summer of Love, where they focused on the nicer communities during riots. And it's just got worse. It's gotten worse. And yet, I come back here to Pennsylvania 10 years ago, and it's going that way as well. And I don't think any of the Democratic politicians care about the community. They just care about lining their pockets. It's frightening.
Power.
They care about
money and power. Yep.
They promote the weaklings, that they can tell what to do and tell what to say and how to say it, and we'll pay and play.
Well, right. Well, it's just like during the lockdown. I literally got elected in the office, sat in the chair, figured out which key opened up the door. Then the scandemic picked up. So then I had no idea what Zoom was. Now we all get it. Now, Penn State Barron is in my district, and we always had the hot shot economics guys come down from Penn State via Zoom, of course, and give us kind of a report card on what Erie County was and how good it was doing. We were in trouble. That lockdown had cost us over 30% of our mom and pop shops. And what did Governor Wolf sat in Harrisburg
Yeah.
like Caesar. You know what?
Well,
Nope.
that's what Cuomo did. He followed everything Cuomo did, which is tear down the state.
Oh, you're right. You know, and he sat there, your business survives, your business is shut down. Well, your business isn't important enough. No, when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into your own business, and you have your life, financed to the bank up to your eyeballs, and then some guy sitting in a multi-million-dollar tax-paid mansion gives you thumbs down and says your business is shut down 30%. And this governor that was the attorney general arrested nuns for going to church. Why are we here? We came to this country for freedoms of religion. And what did this Democrat do? He locked them up. And then what did we do? We turn around and we elect him governor. People, I don't know what to tell you, you know, and what did they do?
Is to break down the middle class.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're doing a great job.
And we're letting them.
Great job.
And
Let
we're
me tell
letting
you-
them.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Let me tell you one more thing. As a next 25-year investment rep, my business has died, but I still help my clients with their trusts if they need me, and they conference me in to talk to them and such. So I had one of my closest clients pass away. After 20 years, she became a real friend. And her daughter called me, and she said, you know, and this was a memo that I didn't read very carefully because, again, I had, relinquished my securities license a few years back. And she says, do you realize this IRA that I inherited from Mom, $250,000, has to be dissolved by 2030? And I said, wait a minute. So I called the company, and they says, yes, ma'am, it was the Secure Act of 2020. Now, mind you, Brian, those the 1,400-page acts that they send to Congress the night before to vote for, whether you like it or not.
Right.
That was the one that Trump wanted to give us. They wanted to give us, the American people, when they first locked us down, $600. Trump came forward and says, oh, no. You're giving the American people $1,200 because this is why. 40 billion of that was going to gender studies for little girls in Afghanistan, which we'll never get to those little girls.
No.
40 billion went to China for lithium production. Why not here? And the American people, and I am certain Trump didn't know about this, and this has to be turned around. All of the IRAs by 2030 that are beneficiary IRAs passed on to their children, their grandchildren, or their nieces and nephews are going to have to be dissolved. That is a huge transfer of wealth. It's not only going to the IRS, who are now carrying guns, loaded of course, but it's taking away the middle class and taking a whole chunk of money out of their pockets, because think of it, 25% of that is the cost basis of principal that's put into it. 75% is all capital gains that they're going to have to pay the IRS around the sale for. So things like this are happening behind our backs, and that's tearing down a huge aspect of the middle class, correct?
Oh, totally agree with you.
Along with all the small businesses. And I sat in front of Kelly's, the woman that's running Kelly's campaign, and I told her about it. She went, oh, I didn't know that. And she's writing notes as I'm talking. And it's frightening what's going on in this country, and people are unaware of it until it hits them in the face.
Well, yeah, ignorance is bliss. And this is all about the control.
Yes.
And we get it. But see, this is exactly why we need people like you. We need people like you to step up, take your shots, at least make them work hard, because they have nobody running against them. They're going to go on vacation, but we had a great conversation offline. We talked about the local Republican Party, and it's really in a transition state where, I've been very vocal about Tom Eddy as the chairman. He needs to step down. He needs to retire. He needs to be thrown out, whatever. This is a guy that has served his, he was an educator for many, many years, and it's a tough job to be. It doesn't pay anything. But if you don't want to do the job, if you're too worried about going on vacation all summer during election time and not reaching out and helping the local small races, we got our backsides kicked. We did. And why is it? Because the Democrats had a good chairman, I can't stand. He's a crook, but hey, Dan Laughlin's going to take care of him real quick, and now going to be fun. Yeah, Jimmy Wirtz, money. Um, and he's not even going to make it out of the primary, trust me. And then, of course, it'll be a fair, square race from Dan. I always tell you guys, play nice in the sandbox until they kick sand in your face. Then it's time to rumble.
Well, I will see you. What's going on 11 to 2 at Harbor
on Friday. I put it up on social media. It's on Facebook. I put an event page up Friday from 11 to 2 at the Kmart Plaza, the old Kmart Plaza. You can't miss me. I have an orange and black Hummer, and I will have a yellow construction blinky light up top to grab your attention. I don't know if 5 people or 500 people are going to show up. We did it when I ran for sheriff. It was really, really well. I'll come back later at 5 to cover the commute home, because I know people, Republicans, I'm out door knocking, getting signatures for these folks. Nobody's home. My neighborhood's just a middle class working.
I found that Republicans work during the day.
Right. I get that. And then I won't interrupt people's dinners. I won't. I think it's disgusting when people knocking at my door wanting a signature, so, but yeah, Rosemary, thank you for calling. We appreciate it. Reach out if you need help with your social media. I'll help you get an account up and running. I can't run a campaign because I'm like stupid busy, believe it or not, and I'm retired. But this is a good group of people. These people here are solid. Once you come on social media, you'll see them, you'll meet them. So just go ahead. Just if you want to share your contact information, it's up to you. Just remember, this show is live on Facebook and YouTube. So share whatever you want.
I'd be happy to give my phone number. I've given my phone number out to people. I can give it out to you right now. Call me. I'll come over to your home. I need over 100 signatures within 2 weeks.
Right.
And I'm not sitting on it. I'm going to do 150% because, don't do it this time. I'll do it next. And I would like to do this time. I don't think anybody who takes advantage of anybody's tax money the way he has deserves to be in office.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, these are our tax dollars that we work hard for, and they take and they pad. And here's the kicker. I know we talked about this offline. This isn't the first time he's got accused of this. It's not. He's done it before.
Really? And now that I didn't know, but I'm telling you, he's padding his expense account on Christmas Day, New Year's Day, Easter Sunday. That's public domain, that information, and they have pulled his records, 154,000 in 3 years, compared to Laughlin and Bizarro's 30,000 for 5 years. There's a huge difference there. Something's not quite right. And his flippant response was, well, I do a lot during the week and I don't feel as though I should pay to go to work. Well, gee, I had a 2 to 4 ride to and from work when I lived in Los Angeles. I was grateful to have the job. I paid a lot of money for my commute. So shame on him for using our hard-earned or working taxpayers' money. And we have to take a step and try to bring him down.
Well, this is just a breath of the typical Democrat Party right now. Entitlements. We deserve this. You need to pay me. I need paid. No, you need to go to work and follow the rules and not pad stuff. Yeah, dig around. Yeah, dig around a little bit longer on that, because I'm almost positive he's done it. This isn't the first time he's gotten accused of it. But what did the Democrats do? Nothing. If a Republican did it, you bet a shiny penny you would be on the front page of the Erie Times National Enquirer newspaper, because it's, we get it. You won't get a fair shake on that newspaper any way, shape, or form, and I get it. But so thank you for calling. Thanks for sharing your information. If you want, come back anytime. Like I said, I know I saw you subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Thank you.
I did.
And we will help you out the best we can with your Facebook.
let me give my phone number. You call me and I will come over for signatures if you can help me at all. District 1, it takes in wards number 1, 2, 3, and 6, and all of Lawrence Park. There's 3 wards in Lawrence Park. My phone number is 310. It's still a Los Angeles phone number, 310-593-1781. Call me and I will give you some petitions so you can help me. Thank you so much, Brian. Blessings too. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for coming in. We are very team motivated, and you know what? We've got your 6. We will do everything we can to push you along. And good luck and Godspeed. And we'll talk again.
Thanks again.
Thanks for stopping by. All right. So there you go. We had 2 local up and coming politicians that need our support, that need our help. They need some signatures. If you live in the district, get a hold of me. I've got her number on my cell. I'll give it to you. And we really need to make a difference. This is going to get into the season of politics where we really need to start buckling down. I've got a couple ballots that I've secured. I know Kim's been out there. I know other people have been coming out there. Yeah. And we have the scrolling board back here. There's always a message. Let's go, Brandon. This show costs a little bit of money to kind of put together. We had to buy the camera, the lights, the microphones, and all that good stuff, soundboards. And we're trying to make the next step into some video work, but it takes a little bit of money. So we're looking for a sponsor, a couple donations, but I would really appreciate, I'm going to say thank you to Stan, Jeff, and Joe for their donations. They stopped by the house because they're like, hey, we don't do that online stuff, Brian. We're old school. Hey, cash is king. And, so I've put all the money together to get us here and up and running. I want to take the next step, bring some video involved, and that's going to take a little bit of an investment. So I'm asking for your support. I don't like asking for money. I don't. I hate it. I do. I'm tired. I'm on a fixed income. My one sponsor, Brenda, of course, she's the technical person. Trust me. He was fixing my sign right before we went on the air. So you need a Trump tumbler. Get a hold of Brenda. You need a Stand with Texas t-shirt. I'm a model. It's hard to see in the microphone. Let her know. And also one more plug for my lovely wife. What she does these slates. They're display slates. You can see them. They're pretty thick. They got a little stand. She can put those on the slates. Hold of Brenda. Trust me, she's a sponsor. She's my producer, my engineer, my fixer upper of everything. So Kim, I still need 50 signatures. Please vote for Kim Hunter on state delegate. On Friday, when I'm at Kmart, I have one of her petitions. So don't hesitate. I went out today, knocked on some doors, nobody home. Stopped at the neighbors I knew were home. My neighbor was out taking his garbage out. I got his signatures. So, this is a team effort. This is really time to get down, get this stuff done, because it is really, really important. We have to get our Mike Kelly. Man, I can't talk tonight. We got to get Mike Kelly reelected. We got to get Dan Laughlin reelected. We want to change the direction of the Republican Party. So we got a ton of chair people coming up. We've got people that are running for state delegates, like Kim and Corey. I got a stack of them. If you come out and see me, you can sign them. If you're in Harbor Creek, you can sign mine, because you have to be a Harbor Creek resident, because I'm representing Harbor Creek. But this is go time. We have a lot of miles to cover. We have big elections coming up. I've heard some rumors that President Trump's coming back to Erie. He's going to have to come back to Erie. He has no choice. Erie is important, and it's a wobbler. And I tell you what, even the Democrats out here, they don't want Sleepy Joe. They really don't. They really don't, because of the reasons why. So unless you want to call in and talk about some stuff, I'm going to go ahead and bring this thing in for a landing. It's been an hour and 7 minutes. We had 3 callers. I think that's a record. Greg Hayes. 4, because you called in. The times for Friday are 11 a.m. to, I can't remember if I put one or two, at the Harbor Creek Kmart on Buffalo Road. You can't miss me. An orange and black Hummer with a yellow blinky construction light on top flashing. You come close, you'll see us. So, if you want to come out and sign some of my petitions, Kim's petitions, Dan's, or I got everyone's petition. So, what did you, let's see, Matt, everybody, was this one earlier who was running for state rep in District 2. For anyone who is interested, here is my campaign account. Matt, I can't even pronounce that last name. State rep. You're welcome. We are here for the team. I always joke with people, and I've always said this being in the Army, there is no I in team. But remember one thing. There is one in Brian. Come on, that's just a joke. We're going to turn some music up. And that means it's the end of the show. We've had a great show. I want to thank all our callers. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my cash sponsors for throwing some money into the kitty to buy a video processor so we can do some more cooler stuff, because we got it. We got YouTube up and running. We've got Facebook up and running. I know I have a little bit of picture problem on YouTube. We think it's our router. We have a new router. We're going to install that because I want to be the guy that gives you the words, the gospel. Gino, I didn't even see you in the room. Jeez, why didn't you call in? You call Joe Natale all the time, but no, you won't call Brian Shank. I see how you are. All right. Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming out. It's a pleasure serving you. I do it for you. I don't do it for me. I do it for us, because we the people need to be heard. I took an oath to support the Constitution many years ago, and the last time I remember, there was no expiration date. Get out and vote, get registered, bring a buddy, get a mail-in ballot, and we're going to bring this thing in for a landing. Thank you.